Hi, we're so glad that you are considering being part of student council at Daniel. We want to go through a couple of expectations so that you can run a successful campaign and we can have successful elections here this year. So there are a couple of campaign requirements. The first one is teacher recommendations. You don't have to do anything for those except be the wonderful student that you already are. I will send out the forms that your teachers need to fill out. I just need to make sure I have an accurate record of who your teachers are. The second thing is the application. Those are the QR codes are listed here. They're also on the link in bio on the Student Council Instagram, which is DWD StudCo. So you can get those there. And the third thing is a petition of candidacy. And we'll look at that on the next slide. But you need to collect signatures from 50 peers. And all of those things are due by Tuesday, April 18th at noon. That's right after we get back from spring break. So this is what the petition of candidacy looks like. You, like I said, can come by my room to pick this up. You can print it off yourself. You can access a copy. There will be a link in the handout that I'll have for you, but there will also be, again, that link is in the bit.ly links on the link in bio for Student Council. So once you have all of those things done, we will need to communicate with you. GroupMe, which is an app, is going to be the primary form of communication. Everybody's not on iMessage, and so we need to make sure that we have a way that we can all communicate, all get the same information. So once you've been cleared to run, once we've received all of those pieces of the puzzle, you will be added to a GroupMe for candidates. Once you have read that information, you need to like the message, and on GroupMe, that's just clicking a little heart. You should receive the first message by 4 o'clock on Tuesday, April 18th. If you have not received that message, you need to reach out to Mary Catherine Herring, and her number is here, or Anna Newton, and let them know. Um, Failure to read GroupMe messages may result in disqualification. It is so important that you are communicating in that group. However, GroupMe is ornery. You're going to have to make sure that you go in and you are actually checking those messages. I'm going to ask that you keep like extraneous information off of GroupMe or random conversations, such as random chit chat. If a question pertains only to you, ask Mary Catherine or Anna. If it is a question, however, that is beneficial for the good of the group, then go ahead and ask the whole group. Before posting a question, though, make sure you read what you have been given. The odds are really good that any questions that you might have been answered either in this slideshow or in the handouts that are available for you or in any of the links that are available on Instagram. And also on our website, I can put this stuff up there. So campaign guidelines. It's very important that you understand that campaigning at Daniel High School is all about face-to-face campaigning. You are responsible for representing the whole of the student body. Many of our jobs are tied to building events and activities during lunch and after school that make this place a school that students want to go, where students want to be, where they want to participate and want to have a role and be involved. So it is so important that you expand your expand your friend group beyond just the people that you see every day, just beyond your immediate friends, that you really work to reach out to all of the people in your grade. So that's where the petition of candidacy comes in, but that's also the heart of our campaigning. Face to face, going and talking to people, actually asking them, telling them you're running, telling them why you're running, and asking them for their votes. So let me make it clear though, derogatory campaigning will result in disqualification, period. This year we've set up a form to allow you to submit any violations that you might see, any nasty, negative violations that you might encounter on social media or in any media really, but that you have the opportunity to share that anonymously with the forum, and we'll investigate that. You guys are responsible for the integrity of these campaigns. It is so important that you focus on why you are a good candidate. If you're holding yourself up for comparison to someone else, that's not getting the job done. We want to know what makes you a good candidate. And if you really are the best person for this job, that should shine through in everything that you do and everything that you're telling us about and all of your social media posts. It should be really clear from the way you're reaching out to lots of different groups and friend groups, and that you're willing to talk to anybody in your grade. That should all be super evident without you ever having to say something negative about somebody else. So let me make sure too that you understand we do not give things away in our elections at Daniel. It's not a kind of quid pro quo situation where I'll give you some candy if you vote for me. We don't operate that way here. So no food, no stickers, no flyers. Now, your friends may opt to do stuff. They may opt to make something, or they may opt to do something, but you are not paying for them to do things. You are not funding any kind of crazy outlandish experience for your friends in order to make that happen. Really, campaigning here is about talking to your classmates. Social media campaigning follows the same guidelines as in school guidelines. So if you see something on social media that's not appropriate, or you see somebody bashing somebody else on social media, we need to know. But you're not going to do that. We trust you to run a good, solid campaign, and we're excited to see your creativity. It's always so fun to see what you come up with, to see the amazing, thoughtful, creative ideas that you bring to the table. So that's really fun for us to experience from this side. So when it comes to actually campaigning, you may hang up 4 posters in the building. You need to hang them with command strips, or you can buy gaffer tape on Amazon. That's a little bit stickier than masking tape or painter's tape, and actually hold stuff up. But it's got to be one of those 2 things. Those are the things that we know will stick to the wall. One other thing that's not on here that you might want to consider that somebody might have is something called teacher tape. I think they only sell it in bulk, but if you know somebody who has some, or y'all want to split a box of it, that holds stuff up pretty well too. It's just like a variation on command strips. Anyway, 4 posters. You've got to use your own supplies to make posters. They may be hung up Monday, April 24th through Friday, April 28th. They must be removed by the end of the lunch on Friday. Now, Friday is awards day at Daniel. It's a big day. You're going to have to make an effort to get them down. You're going to have to remember to make sure, but they've got to be down and then out back to the recycling bins by the end of lunch on Friday. All right. So in general, the rules about signs: hang them on unpainted brick. That's the safest place. For the love of all that is good and pure and holy, do not put them on painted drywall. It will peel the paint off. The paint's just not really great. The drywall is not really great. Make sure you're not putting them on painted drywall in particular, and preferably not on any painted surfaces. This is an old graphic, but it holds true. We would also like for you not to put it on glass, because it has happened that there's residue left on the glass, and that creates a cleaning situation that we just don't want to have to deal with. So all of those columns in the cafeteria, you see all of these brick columns, these are all fair game to hang your posters. All right, voting will take place on the 28th, again, which is awards day. It's not going to matter that seniors aren't there, because seniors don't vote. It's only open to Daniel students 9 through 12. The results will be announced by the end of the day. We'll just get on, somebody will get on and make an announcement. Election results, I'll get to that in a minute, but they will be combined for veterans. They'll be combined with scores from peer evaluations and teacher recs. And for you veterans, remember, during first semester, we collected those peer evaluations, and second semester, we will do those shortly. All right, so we have 12 elected positions available. Those are only available to veterans, and those are listed here. We have 6 positions open to anyone. You can run for those positions. So as a sophomore, you can run for sophomore senator. You'll enter the campaign with veterans and with newbies. You will all be in the same campaign. The same for the other classes as well. So this is a good opportunity. There are a couple other opportunities as well. So in each grade, we're also going to have a democratic lottery. So we have a lottery position open for each grade, except for sophomores, where we have two positions. So uh, two of those positions for sophomore representatives will be part of the Democratic Lottery. And then the freshmen, that's rising freshmen coming from eighth grade, will also come from a Democratic Lottery. And then there will be 4 to 6 at large members, and those are going to be based on the election results, teacher recs, and peer evaluations. So the advisors and the advisory board and admin will all look at that information together and kind of decide a criteria once we have all that data gathered. So how will you win? For veterans, it's popular vote is 60%, teacher recs is 30%, and your peer evaluations count for 10%. For noobs, popular vote is 70%, and teacher recs are 30%. The Democratic Lottery is a little bit different. You will complete the petition of candidacy, submit the application, and you have to note on there that you're going for one of those lottery positions, and you have to have good teacher recommendations. Once we've cleared all that and you're in good for that, we're just going to draw up all of the ninth graders, current ninth graders, rising sophomores who want to enter the lottery. That's it. You don't have to run. We're just going to draw 2 people from your grade who will be able to serve as representatives, and you don't have to campaign. It's tricky though. Last year, I think we had 15 or 20 applicants. So I don't know. You have to decide what you think your odds are. Are they better to actually run, or are you better to enter the lottery? The idea behind this is that it opens a door for people who maybe are new to Daniel, or maybe who are just coming into their own as like being gregarious and outgoing and wanting to be involved in something like this. But we want to keep that door open for all of those opportunities. I want to talk to you really quickly about what the class structure is like. Student council meets third period both semesters, and really our class scheduling depends on what else you're taking. Leadership 1, 2, and 3, you're all mixed in there together. It's a project-based class. We have typically planned Spirit Week, Club Fest, all the splunches, semi-formal in the fall, and then in the spring we do talent shows, some kind of senior farewell activity, splunches, lots more splunches, and a constituency lunch. We try to have one of those each semester, but those are the things that we work on in class. As far as just expectations, once you're in the class, you've got to have good attendance. You should not be getting having to sit seat time. That shouldn't even be a problem. Grades, your weighted GPA should be at 3.5. Cheating in any capacity, from homework to essays to tests to projects, any capacity is grounds for dismissal. It has happened before, and I hope that it never happens again. But we know that if you're applying for this, that you are making a choice to be part of this organization, and you know that that is an expectation, and you're not going to make choices like that. You've got to have a clean disciplinary record, but that applies in and out of school. So you need to make sure that you are toeing the line here and at home. Failure to meet these expectations will result in removal from the class. And that also means a WF on your transcript, which will tank you. So please make sure that if you are applying for this class, that you are ready to meet those expectations. And that's the presentation. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. I am Dana Howard at Pickens, you know the rest. I'm in room 357, or you can send me a Schoology message. Again, that's Dana Howard, and you'll see the numbers in there for Mary Catherine and Anna. They are more than happy to answer questions. We are so looking forward to a successful campaign, and we are really excited that you're going to join us. Thank you so much.